Yes. Yo, yo, yo. Might have to change things with the mic. I don't know. Oh, let's get down here where I can kind of say hi. Oh, I'm gonna cut myself off. Come on. Yeah. So there's kind of a couple different places I can start. I'm not really sure where I want to start.
I feel like you should go ahead and slap those last couple pieces on then.
Yeah. They might kind of... I found it better to have something to hold them down after you put them in, though. So I might wait until
You're ready to read this
until I'm ready to put that pad down, just to kind of have some pressure on it.
there.
Yeah. You have all the wiring to do, because I can kind of start that up. But I know that Alonso Cini, the project has probably popped in too much yet. So gonna work on some of the more boring stuff, but there's not a lot left. We're pretty far into this project already, just from our first day that we worked on it. In fact, I intended on kind of doing it all in one go, but a couple things added up to that. It's not happening. I feel like this song is extra loud. Oh, I have it over here. Let's give that a whirl. I guess what I'll do is grab some of the wire and maybe kind of start figuring out our lengths, get some of the wire ready. And then the foam, and then the Arduino, and then we program the Arduino, and then we dance. I think that's how that all plays out. I have a couple things I want to add, but I probably won't be added today, but I want to put some washers there to help hold the butt in and hold everything at the same height. But the screws that I want to sink in to do that, I like to have them be nice and smooth, except for like a little bit of thread at the end that'll go into the board. So anything that the buttons put up against would be smooth. So that one is gonna just be that way. I might be able to find some stuff on Amazon, some smooth like shafted screws. And if I can't, I can take and put these in vise and grab a file and just smooth like a ½ inch or something with a file that would be facing towards the cords. So I got a few options. I'm not sure exactly how I'm gonna do it all yet. Either way, let me grab some wire and some foam, and I guess let's get to it. Hey, I don't think so, kid. I'm moving this around. I see her face pop up on the other side of the table.
Sound right.
So, this Ethernet cable I took apart to get some cable, which was an interesting idea, but wire was pretty expensive, and if this is enough, I had plenty of Ethernet cables to the project, then awesome. So we're going to try it first. No reason it shouldn't work. So what I need to do is connect all of these buttons, one terminal of all these buttons to each other, and then to the ground in the Arduino. I'm thinking I'll probably use these for the ground. We can just kind of keep one wire moving around nicely, and then that way for the other ones I can go here, there, back a bit, and I guess leaving extra wire's not going to be a bad thing.
No, I would leave the extra and then trim the thing.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't plug in the hot glue gap. The old hot glue gap.
If I were you, I'd go ahead and grab all the wire and stuff and just maybe set it over here on the couch. That way you can't mess with it.
This is my table, so it's long. Nowhere is safe. Maybe it's not. No, I think that's the best place, unfortunately.
Trust the kid and not be an asshole.
No, I expect. Really, if I can get this down here that I'll need, then we'll be good. Oh. Yep, I think that's a good spot to start her at.
I'd pull that forward and work that like turn that button.
Oh. Yeah, I'm just...
Yeah.
These wire strippers don't even go as small as this wire, so I'm just trying to... There we go. Just trying to get a good enough grip to pull the sleeve off. And then I get tiniest little terminals I could find. Little eyelets on them. I'll wrap it through around and end up squeezing them down once we get all the wires into them. But that's the Arduino to our first ground. Because once I squeeze these down, these wires aren't going to try to slip out, so I'm going to just worry about it right now. I don't know, with my slack I probably have here, yep. Just use this same other bit of wire to go to the next one.
Got something on the floor. Chewing on it. Taking off a bit.
Hey, kitten, what do you have? Cat?
She's down the floor. She's got something for sure. I said she grabbed it in her mouth.
Blasted.
She is now.
Hey, yeah. Hey.
Yeah. Well, Jeff.
Wife chased it, it's fine until you mentioned it.
That might keep her off of it for a bit.
For a bit, anyway.
For a bit. Okay. Back to what I was doing.
What's that about?
Alright, the first one. Not exactly how I wanted that to occur. That's better. Alright, so that should be our Arduino connection. Let's do it this way. And we'll connect to that terminal there. It's a little better. And then I got the hot glue gun. Trying to make all the wires stay in their spot. Well, go through there. Yep. And next terminal connection.
Rob's raiding.
Tech Rob is raiding? What's up, man? Welcome in. I'm unmuted, right? Hey, everybody, welcome in. Oh, my vid commands. Haggard, what's up? Hey, everybody. How was your stream? How's everybody doing? We're doing something a little different here. Our part 2 of doing something a little different. Oh my. Retro Penguin, hey, what's up? Dangerous Dave, what's up? I'm surprised I feel like I've seen Dangerous in here before. Seen you a million other places, it seems. Welcome in, everybody. We are building a dance pad because all the soft ones suck and all the good ones are either out of stock or way too expensive. So we're doing it ourselves. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, doing it ourselves. This is like part 2. Part 1 we were putting together. Oh, thanks for the follow. Okay. Yep. So yeah, part 1. I cut everything off of stream just to get everything cut and not get dust, obviously, all up in my streaming equipment. So we cut everything the day before, and then the next day we did a stream of putting all together. And we got pretty dang far. I ran out of the foam here. Like you can see, this one section doesn't have foam. We got that close on the amount of PVC foam I needed. So that stopped it there, and I didn't get the wiring done and didn't get the Arduino all programmed up. Danger State is a myth. Yo, Tari Pong, welcome in. Sorry, I didn't do chat in a way that when it gets blasted, I pay attention. We're just not used to doing this setup. Wife and the new kid. Baby Wildwood's here.
Chilling on the couch. I don't know how well you guys can hear me on the microphone. I'm kind of far away, but welcome in, everybody.
I have it set up in a way that everything probably sounds kind of terrible, but I think they should be able to hear everything from everywhere.
That's good.
It was a toss-up. Can only do it so well. Yeah, welcome in, everyone. Baby Hag!
Yeah, Baby Hag's here.
Yep, first one out in my wood shop, we put a lot of it together, and now we're wiring everything so we can hopefully play some dance, get our dance on tonight.
How's it going, Techie Rob? What were you streaming today? Oh, I'm following you. I need to check and see if I'm following you on my account. Okay.
So hard to say. We watch everything on the TV. Team Wildwood.
Yep.
All right, so that's these two guys. So really, I just need another wire that same length. What was Techie Rob playing? Did he mention something on the Saturn?
Thanks, Atari. Thanks, Techie. Playing Hyperduel. 9 hours. Jeez.
Dang.
That's a long stream.
Yeah, you think you're done. Sounds right. I've been doing some kind of long streams lately, but it's only because we've been doing Persona 5. We normally are playing stuff much different than that, but it's a perfect almost movie, almost game for when we're taking care of little baby Wildwood. He's been pretty good today, and this isn't anything too crazy that I can't stop what I'm doing for a second to take care of a diaper or whatnot. So I figured let's get this finished up.
Yeah. We put all the work into this literally the day before Baby Wildwood decided to debut.
I finished my stream, my woodworking stream of this whole thing, putting it together, and then at 5 a.m. that next morning. Good 9 hours after the stream. Little Wildwood on the way. But I'm excited to dance. I'm ready to dance.
I'm excited to join you in dancing as soon as I'm able to.
No doubt. Alright, it's probably kind of impossible to see what I'm doing here, but...
You can explain it, though.
Yep. I'm going to try to show it, too.
Yeah, we're hoping we can put it for a test for tonight. We'll see.
We might be, yeah.
See if we can test run it here in just a few hours. Really not a whole lot left for the assembly.
First connection.
Wiring it up.
second, third. But yeah, what I'm doing is wiring one of each of these. You can see these kind of grids don't quite connect to each other. So what I have is a ground that's going to be connected to one piece of each of these grids and go into the Arduino's common ground. And each individual button, the last grid, is going to have a singular wire for each button going to one of the just button press inlets on the Arduino. And those 5 wires plus USB out and a little bit of code, we should be dancing.
Oh yeah, thanks so much for the raid, Techie.
Making a Roadrunner trap. What's up, GVG? I like it.
Yeah, grab some food, Rob. Enjoy a good stretch.
Thanks for the raid.
Thanks for the raid, absolutely.
9 hours, take a break for sure.
Yeah, take care of yourself for a bit. On stream.
All right, and I think I just need another wire that same length. So right now I'm doing the ground because it's the most annoying, I guess. I have to actually make a daisy chain of connections here. After I'm done with this one, then I just got to do the 4 individuals. Put that last little bit of foam down. And then we should be, dancing. I already got Step Mania. The programming, I've never actually done it, to be fair. So we're gonna be learning that together. But my understanding of how the Arduino works is I plug it in and it opens itself up and it just has a little empty window and we just drop code in. Just copy and paste code in and then to tell it to like do that, become that now.
Yep. Buy some viewership. Super exciting.
Oh,
yeah.
Dang,
thanks so much.
Hot dang.
Wow.
Thanks, Techie Rob. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Rob.
I feel like I haven't had one of those in a while, but a buddy of mine, one of my other moderators, said that he's been seeing a lot more of it again lately. All right. Another button down. I could have set up my camera in such a way that probably could be showing some of this a little better.
Just gotta kind of
These eyes are like wicked small too.
Yeah, it's hard to see this part.
But yeah, it could be possible for me to
maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. 2 wires go into each one except for that first wire. Which we should just need one more eyelet and not another actual wire going to it. Dang. I guess I could get some hot glue involved here. Probably should do that. Keep stuff from moving around at this point. Oh, well, let's check it all. So 1, 2.
Okay, we'll look into that. Sorry, that sounds interesting. Very bot. Automates banning known. Follow bot.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like that wire fits in pretty nicely.
Nice.
And yeah, first terminal in each one. And get this last one cut. An eye hook on it.
Nice. Yeah, we'll definitely check that out.
Yeah, that sounds like something that I'm surprised I haven't bumped into before already, actually. Especially known, I check some stuff for him every so often when when we first started, me and a moderator, a couple people were just discussing it. bots and banning them and how all that worked. But I've basically ignored it since then.
Coolest Arduino project. Can you read that on the iPad, babe?
The coolest Arduino project I made so far was I built a 4-bit DAC sound card. Whoa. Then wrote a desktop program to encode an audio file into script and uploaded that to the Arduino. It had a downsample the clip super or less, got a 15-second digitized voice out of it. Whoa, out of an Arduino? I didn't even know you could do audio stuff with them. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Why couldn't you? I'm not like super handy in that department. I haven't messed with the. This is my first Arduino project, and I was mostly looking into stuff that is just like a little programmable HID keyboard input device, and the Arduino Leonardo came up, and I think I got it for $12 or $16, something like that, and I was like, perfect, boom, rocking. Thanks for the alert.
Oh, thanks, Atari. Yeah, we figured if we're gonna.
That's pretty sweet, Dave.
Film one, then might as well stream the baking process. We have everything. We have all the material, tools and stuff to make this kind of thing.
Yeah. To be fair to a few people just wanting to see the wood shop. I talked about making my arcade cabinet that I made and all that. It's like, yeah, I got all the tools to make, any kind of project, so that's what I should do. So yeah, that's what I did now. Twice. Well, I've made plenty of other things out there, but this is the second time making a gaming something. I should have stripped that other end of that wire before. That's not gonna be the problem though. I'll have the foresight to do it for this one though. So this will be our first. Oh, this is the white stuff. I'm just gonna use solid colored wires for the rest of our buttons so everything's nice and easy to check. If we have any errors or anything that's inputting wrong, I don't have a bunch of the same colored wires. Built an LED lighting controller for your motorcycle, and oh dude, that's sick. Arduino controls the lights on the bike to send color commands to the Arduino. Hell yeah, that's so rad. I like that. That's a badass use there. I didn't realize they were so useful. About a cat chasing your son?
No.
Oh. The way you were kind of snickering, I thought I was being chased carrying my wire.
No, I'm snickering too.
Oh, I see. This blue is incredibly long, so maybe I should start with the furthest away.
That makes sense.
Which is still plenty of extra wire. All right, solid blue is going to be our down button. Looks like that's all laid out. Then I'll start hot gluing stuff in, but I'd like to make sure everything's kind of test fitted the way I want it first. Did you have to write your own code and everything, Dangerous Dave? Just run C code. Nice. Yeah, this is my first Arduino, but man, I might actually just look up some cool Arduino projects, kind of do a Google search for something rough, because it sounds like there's probably some stuff I'd like to do that I haven't even considered I could do. I thought they just use these for making controllers, like button press specifically. Well, at least I'm kind of doing this with my hands in the camera now. The first stream I was doing all these like really things with it, so didn't really think about the fact that this second stream is a lot smaller details. But I'm hoping to dance a little bit tonight, and then kind of get song ideas from everybody while taking some breaks and doing some more dance. I feel like I need to make dinner or something until the next important thing that comes up. It's one nice thing about playing Persona 5 lately, and that's why we were doing it, is I could like make dinner while long cutscenes were playing out. Oh, you were just kind of doing some testing. Nice, so it's just a small part of an even bigger project. Big developer, so it's easy. That's pretty rad. I love projects like this. Making things. Which we do a lot. Between me and the wife, there's a lot of things that we want or need or want, just don't want to buy. We definitely have the skills to make a decent amount of stuff ourselves.
Sometimes it's nicer to make it yourself too, because you can kind of customize it to your wants, needs.
Yeah, and it's just fun to learn. Well, that's the wires run for a single button completely now. And we did blue. Blue was our down. Let's see what other colors I got. Building your own CPU on a breadboard. That's completely rad. Growing up, getting into computers and stuff, the thought that you could even do that, that's wild. That's so cool, though. I have been seeing some stuff like that lately, though. Now that you mention it, I saw someone that built their own graphics card, and it was really low bit, but he had a little video of a bird and stuff, and it was all on a breadboard, and I couldn't even compute exactly what it was that I was looking at. It was so cool. The fact that people can just make that out of electronic parts available. Got some brown. Some nice brown wire. It's one end of this wire is pretty jacked up. So is that what did the plus to using a little bit bigger wire just because this is on YouTube? You know what? It had to have been YouTube. I think for a second there if maybe it was Reddit, but I haven't actually been on Reddit much lately. In fact, in the 11 months or whatever since I really discovered Twitch, it has completely replaced me ever going to Reddit. So it must be YouTube, because I do check YouTube just for I'm bored purposes. But it was crazy. It's crazy. That's why I wanted to build this pad. A few times it's it might be a little out of my realm, but when I was kind of looking into the Arduino and stuff, I was like, okay, never mind. This is really simple. And I even put a video up of someone that is basically doing this as well on the TV one night when me and the wife were just chilling, and what do you think? And it just seemed yeah, you've done crazier things.
Yeah, that actually seems really too simple, being honest.
Yeah. It can't be that easy. All right, that's an extra long wire. I guess the next furthest one is our left button. Lefty right there. I also think that's all the wires I need to send through this side of the dance pad now. That's this button and this button wire. I got ground on these two, and I'm gonna send these two this direction instead. The tiniest amount of wire for that. I noticed most of the people that built these pads put these wires and eyelets up on top of these sensors, but then when you push down on a button, you're gonna be just rocking on that one little raised spot that's higher than everything else. So I'm the only person to bring my sensor wires kind of off of this 1/8 inch down to the deck height and then attach there. I can imagine that's gonna mess with something, but maybe it can. Ben Eater. That's where you came across and he did a video card too. I wonder if that's the same guy. That'd be pretty awesome if it was. I've run into, it was surprising too, I like just running into other people that knew who like Ben Heck was. I used to just watch that guy do the most random stuff. Just building like, mostly he builds controllers for disabled people, like specialized controllers, but it was funny the first time on YouTube or on Twitch I needed to mention that was someone else immediately was like, yeah, I know the guy. It seemed like it was, how would anybody else know about him, but small world that YouTube is. Alright, so there's all our grounds. So, time for another color, and to get rid of this extra wire that this cat's gonna want to attack. Ah! I agree. Let's see what other colors we got. Orange and green. How it goes. I might want to do. You gotta warn them, not me. Apparently, I've been blasting some plumber's crack. I take it. So my wife was trying to pantomime to me.
Pull your pants up.
Pull your pants up. I have a gas plumbing license, so you guys might just have to deal. I think that orange is a really long piece that I have, and it's going to be the shortest button, so the screen will be plenty fine. I like that I've been leaving more wire to wrap around the eyelet on these last couple. Hopefully I don't need to go back and do that on some of the earlier buttons. I think it's mostly just me going overkill about it, but it doesn't make it all seem like it has a better, it's such a small wire. Oh, that's gonna be this guy here. I'll move the camera a little bit when we hook up the Arduino stuff, and then I'll change our scene that we're on to my computer, where we're gonna do the old programming, which hopefully is virtually nothing. But I've never even hooked an Arduino up, tried anything on it. And I was gonna look it all up offline, and then I was like, you know what? Either someone else is gonna know how to do it, or no one else will know how to do it. We'll all learn together. But either way, it seemed like it'd be more fun, I guess. Well, that's 4 of the 5 wires that need to go to this thing. Cut this extra off of this green. And one last wire. I think I have some orange up there. Fire up this last button. And I guess in the next probably like half an hour or so, we'll see if it's gonna try to work. And then we'll see if it responds well for some dancing.
Excited?
We'll grab the film while you're up too. Need that in a minute. Oh.
Sponge window foam.
Let's see, I hope that wasn't crazy loud, but that actually couldn't be any louder than my basic voice right now. I have everything cranked up and then limited, so even the other end of the room comes through the same volume. Probably doesn't sound fantastic, but I'd rather you guys be able to hear stuff that the wife says as well than me just talking to myself in a slightly higher fidelity. All right, orange wire.
Move Baby Wildwood into the co-sleeper, so to be sound shortly.
All right, orange wire. Particular spot in the living room I'm at. From most of the songs playing, all I really hear is the bass. All right, this wire is absurdly small. There we go, right to there.
Jump on the couch, man.
Yep, that's the. Oh, did it?
I didn't drop it this time. Hold on to this.
Fair. Okay, and we snipped the orange over there. I guess you guys can actually kind of sort of see that, sort of, kind of. But yeah, that's all the wire. Well, except for into the Arduino, but definitely go pretty fast.
So you just gotta screw everything down, right?
Yeah, screw down these guys, and then I'll kind of work my way back with the hot glue to keep everything sort of in its place.
Yep.
I got these pretty tiny screws. I'm not sure if I'll need to pre-drill or not. And I probably don't want to use an electric drill, even though I brought it out here. Like twist up and rip one of these or something.
Yeah. Definitely safe to do it by hand.
That's kind of what I was thinking too, yeah.
The material of that wood is soft enough that you should be able to screw it in by hand enough. When you did write all your own code, nice.
That's sick. Yeah, that feels like it might be at the same height as the sensor, but at least it's not on top of the sensor adding height like most of the other projects I saw. It was kind of baffling to me, but if it works, you know, If it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing, but sometimes I try to fix things that aren't broke, I guess.
It's true.
It's fun, like I was saying, like, you know, you can just do these things yourself these days if you want to.
Answers exist on the internet.
Yep.
Oh, nice. That's very cool. Dave is a game developer.
How sick! Nice. I've met a few game developers on Twitch, and that's just too rad.
Written his own game engine.
Oh, it's just like a whole project.
Awesome.
I had a buddy that was trying to go to school for that, and ended up sort of switching, and now he doesn't do game design at the very least, but it was really cool kind of for a while along the way. I was talking to him about it, and he was kind of filling me in on learning it all. Pretty interesting stuff. But that's pretty awesome. Definitely, I'm gonna do a little bit of hot glue along the way. I'll probably do a dot or two just to make sure everything stays down nicely. Currently working on combustion at 3D Realms. Awesome. Do you stream as well? Sounds like a bunch of interesting stuff that I'd like to check out. All right. There's ground number 3.
No, not a streamer.
Well, it sounds like you have plenty going on.
Yeah.
It's still really cool, though. I'd like to see some of your projects and stuff, and to check out combustion.
Yeah, time is scarce. I hear that.
Yeah.
Why I'm pretty rarely on stream myself. But I got some free time. Got some maternity leave with baby Wildwood. He's super chill. Very lucky so far.
All right. All of our grounds. I guess I'll go through and tighten down some of these other wires. There's our up.
Oh, if I want you to wake up, all I have to do is put you in the co-sleeper, right?
Yeah, yeah, for real. All right. Well, let's get our right. That glue gun is all sorts already. I plugged that thing in a while ago.
Oh, yeah.
All good.
Got 2 different heat settings, too.
I do have it on the low, yeah.
Yeah.
I figured I didn't need the high heat.
Uh,
All right, 2 more wires to tighten down, and then it's some hot glue to hold things in place and hooking up to the Arduino and then programming that. Which I'm hoping our programming it is a over-exaggeration. Assuming it's much simpler than that.
Diaper change?
Quick diaper change? False positive.
Yep.
Really happy, honestly, with about doing the screws off the side like this. I hope it works just so I can be a bit more proud of myself. Somehow they have to be on top of, which makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
No.
I wish I knew electronics so well. I knew for absolute certain, but I think I'm fine. Boom, boom, boom. Last guy over there. Means I have one screw in here somewhere. Oh, there it is. I was gonna say I can count. I'm pretty sure. Brown. All feel nice and flat. Set a little bit of hot glue just to make sure of that. Oh, it's rhyming there. And that last bit of foam.
I'm a poet, and I didn't even know I was rhyming those words.
And yeah, up here, bleedy bow, the Arduino, bleedy splow, like that. Is this all sealable? Yep, kinda. It's off to the side, but it's there. Yep, we are into that. Our white striped goes to ground, and then orange, brown, green, and blue go into 4, 5, 6, 7. Put it into some other numbers, but I had to change the guy's code that sets 4, 5, and 6, and 7 as the active pins, so we're just going to do those. And then I put the buttons back down on here, which I can't actually do for some of these. Oh no, hot glue. The glue of hotness first. I guess that's the next order of business. Hot glue.
Hey, baby.
Start from a furthest point away.
Yeah, thanks, baby. Okay. Okay. I know. How dare I put baby in the co-sleeper? How dare I?
Oh, there we go. Getting hot glue stuck to everything else. But that did include the spot that I want hot glue on. So we got that going for us.
Gotcha. You do that, Mom.
That sounds pretty nice. Okay, so far that seems to be looking fine.
All you need to do is detect or close channels, or close switch on 4 channels. That won't be hard.
Yeah, actually, I think that's what I'm doing. It's good to hear you say that, because that means that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It seemed like that was kind of the idea here. I have all of these at the common ground, and then each one with its own separate channel. So yeah, anytime I link these guys up, it should be about press, and we should be good. And his software should already account for hold and all that.
The cockpit for back.
Oh, dude, that sounds rad. Hell yes, that's something I would love to see. I want to get into Mech Warrior, but the only time I ever played it, I had a buddy that had a nice deck of sticks and all the stuff, and I don't have access to any of that anymore. And I just feel like playing it without that is just, I don't know if I could handle it after being used to the awesomeness. That's something I could see myself taking though, for sure. Seems to be working great. This. Got Gorilla Glue hot glue, so I can't imagine anything should go anywhere.
See, can't make up that word.
Steel Battalion. Yeah, that was like for Xbox 360 or something, and you had to buy this wild controller in order to play it that no one wanted to spend the money on. Welcome back, Techie Bro. We got most of the wiring done. I'm just kind of prettying it all up now. Screwing everything down. Oh man, someone actually made something for it? Oh my gosh, yes. That game seems like it would have been fantastic, but just the equipment needed to play. It's just too much of a gate of entry for people. That's kind of what I'm dealing with for this DDR pad.
Okay, I can open this. He sent on my computer.
Oh yeah, I'll see that.
Loading.
Loading.
Oh man, look at that.
Oh, I stuck my finger in the hot glue. What was I thinking? Oh, that looks nice too. That's like an Arduino running that? That looks like a consumer end product there.
Build something like that? Nice.
Yeah, that would be badass. Glue is the golden ticket for this. I'm worried about this one spot where all 5 wires merge. Hey, Bud. How you doing, buddy? Talking a little bit. Saying what's up to everybody.
Might want to mute a second to pull off a quick diaper.
Oh, diaper change mute. All right, quick break. Are we stopped? Yeah, we're stopped. Good. Let's take a quick break. Okay. Smoke if you got him. Have returned. Oh, that is the stock Steel Battalion controller. Okay. That no one wanted to buy. Yes, that's the one. I mean, I never heard that it was bad. It was just, you know, there's a lot of games out there to spend your money on. Or want to buy something that needs such a specialized setup. But like I said, I had a friend that had something like that for Mech Warrior, and it's such an incredible experience if you do have it. I think a little chisel out here or knife. See if I can make a little better spot to hide these wires down in. Be a little better. Right? That's why I turned on the AC. That's why I was also surprised. We've really warmed this, specifically this room up, which doesn't normally happen, even though this is we're always hanging out. Today's a special day, I guess.
How's everybody? Slightly angry baby. Wants to get fed. Slightly angry.
Just the slightest of anger. Trying to get these wires to just lay down nicely. It's the only spot where there's so many wires that because it's possible they could stick up too much. Yeah, we did that piece just because we can. Give us some more room here. I got plenty. Oh, that's better. In fact, kind of feed these through nicely. Take green first.
Damn it.
Try to keep it against this wall. Go for orange after that. Trying to one-hand eat candy over there.
Yeah. I dropped one on the floor down there and I lost it. A little blue thread.
What?
I guess it'd be the left button corner there. Yep.
Oh yeah, I probably have to clean up a bunch when we're done here.
Yeah.
Hot glue strings.
Hair dryer's the fastest way to do it.
I'll just like melt them away or something.
Yep.
Oh, alright, we know you're getting moved around. Yeah, chill right there. Somewhere safe. Right. We can do. Maybe do these last three at the same time here.
Welcome back, Dave.
Lurk, unlurk, lurk. I don't know. I don't think I have an unlurk set. Although you don't really need it, I guess, because you're, unlurking. Yeah. I'm not doing the best job of paying attention to chat. Got me very distracted doing this. But we're almost past it. This last spot was going to be the hot glue jumble. All along. Here's some Gerudo music.
Yeah.
Trying to lay all 5 of these wires down flat next to each other. Ribbon cable almost. Just the less that's sticking up, the better. Got this pretty low. I don't think we'll have to worry about anything coming out on those. Use a hot glue here. Nice. Never did this green one. Lone green one. Ow! First time I ever actually touched the tip of the hot glue.
Oh yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, it's like warm.
Yeah.
It's like it uses
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
It's like it's like a heating element of sorts. Uses electricity to heat up.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Sure does.
Crazy. All right, I think we're done with you mean that eats up and burns people. I think everything.
Looking pretty tidy from here.
Yeah, maybe this one little that I can't see very well. In new style. I may have completely ignored it. It looks like it put a little bit.
Yeah, almost time, Retro. Almost time.
Yeah, dude, so close. All right, hot glue gun. Go on. You're hot meat. And I have a little wire sheath, dude, I made. Here we go, this guy here. I'm gonna feed all these in, Phil.
You lazy kitten.
Where is she? On one of the chairs?
She's on the chair, yeah. Just sleep on the chair.
Slide in there. Slide in there. Welcome in, Retro Perspective. So you go live earlier, I wasn't able to tune in. What were you playing? Or maybe I saw that you were playing like Phantasy Star or something now I think about it.
I was gonna say, even though you just put the hot glue gun away, I maybe hot glue that in place so it can't slide out.
Yeah.
Beat Phantasy Star 2 today, nice.
Oh, sick. Still hot enough, dude?
Might be. Stays hot for a while. Yep, little hairs.
They're attacking me. Okay. And that's our little wire bundle. Forgot to find some little screws to screw the Arduino down. I didn't think about that. Phantasy Star 2, that is sick. Good stuff. I guess I can put the rest of that foam in place. Oh, it is right here. I was like, what is this song? Because I don't recognize it. And that's because I don't recognize it. Spirit Tracks? Zelda? It's one of the old, like
Yeah.
3DS games that I never had a chance to play. But the song's really cool.
One day we'll figure out how to stream 3DS. One day.
Mac's been talking about learning how to do the mod, but it's only part of the struggle.
Yeah. Yes, emulation will be possible at one point, at least for games that don't require the texture. Totally.
Actually, my computer runs it pretty damn good. I installed a Citrus, I believe it's a 3DS emulator. My new computer that me and the wife put together is enough to handle it for sure. Throw enough system specs at it, so to speak. Not all games, of course, but a couple that I'm actually interested in, which is really cool. One of them is called, I think Last Oasis or Lost Oasis. and you sort of build this little town out in the middle of, a desert, and you get people that live there and all that jazz. It reminded me of Dark Cloud. I don't know if anyone played Dark Cloud on the PlayStation 2, I believe it was, and Dark Cloud 2, and maybe there's a third, but I had vibes like that, and then spend the rest of your time go out and, like, gathering stuff and, like, making a team of fighters. It sounded like a really cool game. Came out towards the end of the lifespan for the 3DS, at least for them making games for it. It wasn't terribly popular. Okay. That's all the wiring. Other than putting it into this guy. I did find these little pads because the Elgato has a couple terminals that make it don't lay flat. You can maybe see them sticking out of the sides there a little bit. But yeah, there's some pieces that kind of stick up on the bottom. But how these little 3M sticky pad dudes? Just put a couple of those next to some of the holes and raise it up, a nice little cushion. Looks like they have a thick coating on the back of this so you can't actually mess up the contacts or anything. A few of these should give it a nice little spot to rest. And then I just got a couple little screws. We'll be in business.
Mice and sand.
Mice and Sands, that sounds like a rap game already. I don't know where I'm confident to place those. That's certainly nicer. Feels almost like I can do 3 in the opposite corner, though. Of Mice and Sand. I'm intrigued by that name.
Definitely will have to check it out post-stream.
I think it's gonna take 3 of these guys to raise it up higher than those weird posts. But at least if it's normally gets warm or something, it's gonna be perfect. Let me make sure our case still fits it.
Think of Jawas, but replace them with mice, and that's the game.
That immediately sounds like an awesome game.
That's really cool. Yeah, definitely.
It's like right up our alley. We do a lot of board games.
We do.
There it is.
Seen people stream 3DS games at speedrun events, so it can't be too hard to stream either.
Like it'll close all right. Let me see if I can find some really tiny screws. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of games we'd love to be able to stream on the 3DS. We just gotta troubleshoot it a little more before we can go live with it, I think. But yeah, Alex was able to run an emulator pretty successfully on his computer. There's a lot of the Pokemon games and stuff that came out on 3DS we'd like to be able to play and stream, so hopefully one day soon. And
Yeah.
open this piece of candy pipe. It's chocolate. Thank you.
Okay. I found two very extremely tiny screws. Hopefully I can find a couple more, but might be good enough to mount this thing at least. We'll need a smaller screwdriver, however. Where are my multi-screwdrivers at? Over here, maybe?
I was gonna say it's probably in the junk drawer.
That will do it. Oh, yeah, I was thinking about and speed runs. Usually you have to have like a simulation speed for speed runs, so that's a good sign at least. Those screws are damn perfect.
Nice.
If I can just find one more.
If there's anything we have in that garage, it is a surplus of screws.
It's true. It feels pretty good.
Nice.
Oh, wire strippers. I don't think it technically matters what order I do the arrows in. It's whatever button it presses I can make up or make down. There's a common ground. Yes, indeed there is. I see it. Okay. Button left, button. That's just matter. I'm gonna strip them off first. Then we can just plug everything in and go. Might even roll them back a little bit to make them plug in a little better. One, two, three. Orange and green remain. I really should have stripped these earlier. Okay. Orange. And green.
It's a cold champ. clean blanket this one.
If I hammer down in there. Well, I feel like opening them up may not be the worst. In one. Seems to fit better when it's sprayed. Shorter. Still, maybe? As I thought. Panels are only so deep. Right, that looks like that's down. This is up with nice pipe right cut up the cord. That tip strung on it. It's gonna be 6. Boom. Wire. Nice. Super smooth. That's better. Okay. Seems like that is enough for him to sort of flex down. Don't know what to do to anchor that down. I didn't want to throw some screws through it. It seemed like the proper choice, but maybe like a couple magnets glued to each side so I can just pop it on and off. I don't know. Ooh, stood up a little fast there. Anywho, let's run a USB cable into that Arduino. I probably should have, maybe I should have programmed the Arduino before I put the wires into it. Not that you can't just pull them right back out. I don't know about that one. Came with a little USB cable, but we need a extender. Okay. Do I just hook an Arduino straight into the computer? I guess. Maybe we should look up a guide together. Unless anyone's, whoops, I moved the camera some. Alright, I'm just gonna plug it in USB stoils. Hey, it's flashing. It's detecting something happened.
I'm assuming this is where my computer goes. Setting up just real basic Arduino. Oh yeah, Arduino Leonardo is set up and ready to go. Okay. Oh, I forgot to get side stuff attached to things that's normally not attached to stuff and things. So get that going. I guess I can set these buttons down on here too.
Yep.
Oh, although I don't know why I just got back down and I couldn't do that after we programmed the Arduino.
Whatever. More official.
Find out which one of these I sanded to be the smallest and smoothest, because this area over here we're working with is just that. It's like the tightest area in the whole thing. Looks like you're the winner. Takes in that direction though. That looks good. Like that. Okay. I don't think any of the other ones are as picky. And these just have a foil-backed piece of paper that I made, me and the wife put together, and it just bridges the contacts when we stomp down. How many wires I have in that one corner? Hear me the slightest bit. Ugh. One of them is going to be extremely loud because we initially tried to wood glue all these panels to each other in addition to the screws, but wood glue does not stick to melamine, which is the backside of all these top panels you're seeing here, that the bottom underneath is melamine. So the first time I stepped on any of these, they go kapow, because the wood glue breaks. But then after that, they're pretty quiet. I don't know which one it is. One of those is new and it's going to be loud. But yeah. All right, setting up an Arduino. A task for which I have no idea. All right, do you think I set up TVCS? There's the code for it. There's our dance code right there. It's entirety. Also made by somebody named Alex, so it's gonna be good solve the code. That's me. How to program an Arduino? How you spell? A question mark on that? Leonardo, right? I think so. Sure. Programmed using Arduino software. Let's get that. Oops, there's nothing here. Perf. It's the good stuff. Oh, retired products. Arduino create agent. Boy. Is this not your own website, Arduino? With broken links? Blink. Something called Blink? In the Blink example? Oh, I see. Electric board. It looks like they have a software. Maybe to do it. Sure. Admittedly, they threw me a couple more curveballs than I initially expected. I don't even know if this is running like it my support yet.
The computer explodes. It was this Arduino software. Explosions, yeah, that's a good. Colin, also a good sign. My understanding is we're just dumping a little bit of weak code on there, and I was expecting a program that just kind of opened a window and was sort of a quick copy and paste situation. It still might be just that. Not sure why this tiny little piece of software is taking so long to install. There we are. Sure, run it. Woo! Way to ask to install 4 drivers. You got it though, Arduino, whatever you want, buddy. Oh, put your code here. To run once, put your code here to repeated. Okay. Okay, that wasn't new. Save you. What's our code look like here? This arc is being a loop or anything like that? He's got a void setup and a void loop. Okay. Does this already see select port? Here we go. Here we go. I was gonna say, like, how do you know? How do you know? Oh, that's not what we want. Isn't there a way to copy? Right?
I think today calls for some coffee.
Some coffee. Sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty damn so good. That all looks like code. Looks kind of codey. Reminds one of code. I'm scared, but I'm gonna press it. I'm thinking. Verified. I guess we can verify it first. It seems happy with it. Upload it. It disconnected. And reconnected. Do I save it? I guess. Save as DDR path, I suppose. I guess we just test it. As you can see, we've hit almost. I don't know what I'm doing. That's why there's a lot of let's just guess here. But we won't need any beats anymore. We shouldn't be replacing those. Loading up that Step Mania. I'll probably want an Xbox remote as well. You got that connected in time? What can we do here? Pitch out on that, I guess. This thing going. Coming through wildly loud. Yeah, it looked like it did. Looked like it did. Probably like 50% on Step Mania. Looks like we did get Xbox controller in time. Still looks wildly loud. I think that's the right one. Joy mapping. Guess I'll take this key with me for a sec. I'm gonna have to move a few things. Oh, okay. Huh? Whoops. That seemed to have worked, though. Let's see, right? Oh, bitches, we're gonna be dancing? Wait, up? Okay, up's smushier. Up's got more resistance, so I might have to use less foam on up. I guess I won't be putting as much weight kind of forward. And down. Oh, okay. I kind of didn't expect that to work. So I'm not sure what to do with this information. I guess dance. I guess it's time to dance. I'll make the controller smaller. Maybe something like this action. I'm not sure. We're freestyling it pretty hard all of a sudden here. And then Yo, Dave, I think we got it. Okay, we're doing a rough one here. We're just gonna do a rough, quick verge. Hopefully this isn't too loud or not loud enough. I need to make this bigger. Might cause phone issues. Yep, I figured as much. For the Arduino, I just kind of did it, I guess. I found the code. Someone had pre-made the code. I'll take you back to it real quick. So here was the code that someone else had made for just like a 4-button input, up, down, left, and right, D-pad styles. And I just copied that input here for 4, 5, and 6, and 7 into the old stuffy butts. And then I used the Arduino's basic software to just dump the code onto it. And then it disconnected and reconnected, and I was like, there's a way that works. But it did. But it friggin' did.
And popcorn.
You made popcorn? I'm not sure about the up button. That might need some work. I'm scared about the up.
Oh, you know what it is? Presses, exactly.
The up is the one with the glue, I bet.
Yep.
And the glue actually set in that one.
You're pressing some buttons.
Gonna dance! Yeah, just good old keyboard presses to try to keep it easy breezy. Like Max, I guess, right? This has speeds. Sure. Sandstorm. The way to start things up. Is that coming in like really loud? Looks like it's as loud as me.
Play with the keyboard in your hand?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yep. I was worried about. That's a tricky one. I can get it if I really stomp on it. Huh. Okay, I'm getting it.
Alright.
Yeah. Yeah. The other ones did not. Okay, let's see if we can fix up. It works though. We're gonna fail out. I wonder if it's because it's the one where the glue actually held. I left it glued for so long. Hard to say.
I did use extra foam too. That could be something to do with it. Maybe this could be different foam.
It could possibly be different.
F.
Too bad the Xbox. Oh, maybe the Xbox remote did work. I might just need to find some keys. Yeah, no analog exactly. Unnecessary. Oh. See if Xbox controller be helpful. Yep. Nice. Yeah, need some fine tuning, exactly. I'll probably have to use less foam for up just because it's CC sensitive. Like, I don't throw enough weight it up. Not only I need a song that's even more noob-tastic. What's the problem here? Oh, start button. Oh, I may have found this, like, Nintendo style.
If I
Oh, that's all going to be. If we play any of that, we'll have to mute the VOD. I don't mute this particular VOD. In fact, yeah. I think we're fine as long as I'm playing Mia though.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to play the official stuff. Damn it. Why are you even a double button? Dude, that one's got a lot of songs. recognize many of those though. I thought that these DDR Max were like had all kinds of songs. Although if the song showed up previously on a different one, then it won't be on this one. It'll be on whichever one's previous. The way this download pack works, keep out each of this. Oh no, that's light. It's got a novice 2-star. You can handle it. And if the up's working well enough now. Kinda. Not like the other ones that don't take much at all.
Not that we can just do stuff. Like, stuff now.
Searching for a man all across Japan, just to find my samurai, someone who is strong.
That was too easy.
Yes, I need my samurai.
Uh-oh. God. Oh, but that one really hard. I got it. No, not hard enough. I think I'm just gonna remove foam from that one, just so it's easier to like activate. Maybe like a stomp on the top. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I almost died. It's so weird how much stronger that one is. I almost wonder if I should maybe exchange some locations here. That phone does look exactly the same. I had to make a second trip to Home Depot. And we went to a different Home Depot, but it's the same stuff. Oh yeah. That's easier to activate now. It doesn't make a half bad back button. Well, it danced. It danced. I really messed up that little camera angle, huh? More or less. Fine tune. I think the fine tune might be real. We only got a D- there? Just got it. Some of these hits hard. This one. Oh, I got the hiccups. I think Baby Mouth just spread hiccups to me. Whoops. Of course, I gotta rebind that to something different. Gots to rebind that. It dances though. I officially have a dance pad. See if I can get a little better out of that up arrow now. Oh, yep, not these. And I gotta delete whatever that one was. For half a second. What are those songs that I remember on?
Right?
I wish I knew which one I played back in the day. Of course, they have beats on you.
Good old Captain Jack.
Yeah, right? If Matt was here, he'd be like, "Rubbish fire." Maybe it's let's start from the top.
Fighting.
Oh hell yeah! Oh, fight! Ki-yai! That's good.
Y'all ready? Yeah. Let's go.
Now it's hard to activate the back. I might have to kind of break that blue. It actually like took on those ones.
Now here it is. One to make you move. Something with a funky kung fu groove. Something that'll make
Yep,
you shout.
activate that back one.
Crowd will make you wanna turn it out. Money's gather round.
Like lunge into it.
You wanna go pound for pound. 'Cause I'm the only man who'll please ya. I got a little something that'll tease ya. So throw those hands up.
Oh.
Come on. Shake your body, move from side to side. That's right. 'Cause we just
I think I might just want to take it off there and just sit out in a way that kind of breaks that blue like the rest of these did.
I'm gonna lay it on and go woo-ha! 'Cause when the mood gets exciting, when everybody's kung fu fighting, come on! Woo-ha! Woo-cha! Sing it, girl.
Sexy kung fu fighter, let me take you higher.
Kung fu fighters everywhere. Throw those hands in the air. The time has come to turn it out. Everybody, let me hear you shout. 1, 2, do the kung fu. 1, 2, do the kung fu. Say 3, 4 on the dance floor. 3, 4 on the dance floor.
Oh, that was better on the up.
Yeah.
D minus, bro. I'm like a professional dancer. I don't think that's really fair. Ugh, I didn't like that. So yeah, it's still some tweaks, but I don't dance a lot.
Yeah. Working dance pad.
We have a working dance pad.
Woo-cha!
I hope that song actually didn't get us in trouble, to be fair. What else? If it's not this line, part of it. There's some good stuff in it, though.
Boom boom dollar.
Oh, brilliant to you! This was one of my jams. Oh yeah, totally boom boom dollar. Probably could step up the difficulty, honestly. But this is just a test stream. I wasn't even planning on playing DDR today, but if I started working, I was planning on playing some DDR.
Boom, boom, boom. Money, finding dollars.
It's this Jackson. Let's go work out. I get some delay on the TV too. I actually should look at that. Playing a dance game on the TV. On the computer. Definitely gonna take some getting used to it. I need to break that bottom button a little better.
Yep.
B minus skin? Yeah, whatever, I'm getting that workout in. It worked. That's the important part. Well, dang, we did it.
You made a dance pad,
I
babe.
did. I definitely have to tweak it a little bit. Needs some fine tuning. I choke on water. think I'll start with trying to break up that down button. And then, yeah, a little fine tuning with the foam. Closing up that box there at the top. It's all exposed right now. But we did custom build a dance pad, and it danced. Trying to think of in what ways I can improve it. But I just need to play on it a bit. Get an idea for that.
I think, like you said, something to keep the buttons from rocking. I noticed when you stepped on like one of the sides or whatever, it would tilt up. You know?
Yeah, so it's like those washers bolts are anchored. Might actually make the buttons a little more responsive too.
Yep.
But yeah. Other than that, that's the dance pad. I'm making the dance pad and setting up for the stream today though, and a few songs there I'm already kind of burnt out. But
You did a lot of progress though.
I can't believe it actually worked. Like we had a functioning dance pad at the end. Terrible score, but that's probably more me than it is the dance pad. But we'll find out as I get better. We'll see if the dance pad needs some tweaks and whatnot. But let's raid out. Let's raid out so I can take a shower. That was a long build sesh. Actually, it wasn't that bad though, was it? 2 hours 9 minutes. Not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all.
And I spent 6 or 7 hours on the first one,
Mhm.
and then maybe 2 hours cutting the wood off stream.
Yeah.
So it's like a 10-hour project. 10 hours to dance. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Thanks for all the new people following today. You guys are awesome. And it's yeah, thank you, Techie Rob, for raiding in with your friends. I appreciate you. You're a good man.
Yeah. Dangerous Dave, nice chatting with you today.
Yeah. Thanks for some insight on some stuff. I'll like to keep an eye on your projects you got going on. Sounds like some really interesting stuff as well.
Retro perspective. Thanks for the of Mice and Sand suggestion. I was checking that out on Steam, and I'm definitely picking that game up. It looks awesome.
Nice. Yeah, it's definitely sounded like something up our alley. But yeah, I'll be doing some fine tuning on it and whatnot, and some more dancing streams, of course, as I get things tuned in. But we played DDR at the end there. I can't ask for much more. Expected to have to fine tune it, but I didn't actually expect it to just like work. So, pretty happy already.
Yeah, as soon as I'm cleared for some heavier physical activity, I'll be jumping on that dance myself. I'm
Yeah.
pretty stoked.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick. Let's find someone cool to raid. Find a cool friend of raiding. Who's on? Who is on? Probably going to hear our own channel for a second here. My own. Hey, I did not. Wow, so few people are on. Let's both as in makers and crafting now. Or maybe some in DDR. We should go busting on DDR. Good. Someone that's dancing. No one's playing dance. What's going on today? It's Saturday, right? There's usually so many people streaming. You know what? There's some people playing set mania on actual paths. Who should we raid, wife?
Oh, well, someone by the name of Freya right there.
Oh, there's a Freya. There's a Freya.
That's our cat's name.
It is our cat thing. I guess we're raiding them. Wait for their little commercials to end and make sure it's something. Sense. Target.
Even out.
We just put dance pad together.
Feels appropriate.
It does. Looks like a couple, maybe.
Oh, she's got a dual pad set up for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, there are people that dual pad play.
We're raiding.
Doing
Raid
them.
them. This girl named Freya.
Playing some crazy intense
Yes, doing wild stuff.
Mania, yeah.
Boom. The raid has been created. Thanks everybody for hanging out, guys. That was super fun. Yeah, we'll work some bugs out of it and get to actual dance mode for sure, and that's going to be legit. We'll probably be back on Persona next stream, just because that's sort of planned, but maybe not. Now that we get the dance pet up, maybe I'll get a dance stream scooched in there. But yeah, thanks for everyone hanging out. Let's go show Freya some love, and I'll hopefully catch you guys all next time. And everyone have an awesome Saturday, right? Saturday? Yeah. Okay. Saturday. Thanks, guys. You're all the best. Peace.